Well, howdy there, y'all. Yamahsaki here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're going to be looking at a little baby generator. So let's rock and roll. Right over here is the generator that we're going to be looking at today. And let me tell you guys, this little generator is a nice little generator. I actually got this from my mechanics teacher back in Wyoming, and he just gave it to me and I started working on it. And it had a couple issues, had to get a couple parts for it, but after we replaced those parts it runs like a champ. And well, that's because it is a champion generator. I think it's a 1200 to 1500 watt generator. Not a very big generator. 2.4 horsepower. I have been running it for the past couple of days just to, keep everything lubricated and everything. This thing's a very hard starter when it's been sitting for a while, but I'm sure it won't have any problem starting up today. It's got a nice big gas cap, plenty of gas in it. It's actually got a nice little filter there too, so when you're pouring the gas in, all the impurities catch on that filter, which is a nice little handy thing. This gasket's kind of screwed though, because when I was moving it the other day, some gas came pouring out the front, and it's got a nice little gas gauge too. This whole red marker right here means it's full on gas, and when it starts to go down, it's just a nice little gas gauge. There's a little instrument right there to show you how many volts you're getting. And there's the AC socket. You got two little buttons here. It's like for surge protection, I think. I don't know if they work or not, but they're just there. And then this right here, this is a cool little feature that I really like, although I didn't have this part. What Champion did is, when I guess you bought this generator new, it would come with this little plug-in right here, this little two-prong plug-in. And what that was is you would plug it in and those wires would run to two alligator clips, and you could actually charge like a lawn tractor battery or a car battery with that, which is pretty cool. But I don't have that, so I just use this. And the parts that we did have to replace were the petcock and the carburetor. I also replaced the spark plug. I'll actually take this off just to show you guys. Kind of a finicky thing to do here, but there's one. Gotta get the other one. I think we just about got it here. There we go. So you take this off, and your air filter's right there. And then you take your foam off, and then this little grate piece right here. You can see right there, there's the nice clean new carburetor. And then, oh, looks like there's sirens. Must have been some kind of accident. But anyway, place the spark plug, place the carburetor, and replace the petcock, put new gas in it, and she runs just fine. I'll actually go ahead and fire her up here for you guys. And we'll actually do a little demonstration on how this thing works by powering a wire drill. I'll go ahead and put these pieces up here. So we'll go ahead and drag this big hunk of junk out here. And the main reason why I wanted this generator is because, hopefully you guys know by now, is this channel is really into RC flying and flying helicopters and airplanes and everything like that. And there's these things called fly-ins, and it's just where a bunch of people who fly airplanes get together, you know, you have some lunch, stay a few nights, and you just have a good time and fly airplanes. Well, most of the time, a lot of people have campers, and so we have a pop-up camper here, and the battery sucks, so we're gonna have to replace the battery. But when I saw this, I asked my teacher if how much he wanted for it. By the end of that day, he just decided to go ahead and give it to me. And I tested this the other day, and it actually powered everything on this camper. Just 2 lights and electric heater. And it works just fine, but when I tried to plug in a microwave into the camper, the surge protector circuits in the camper went off every time I shut the microwave off. So this thing can barely power a little baby microwave. So this is not a particularly powerful generator. It's just a nice lightweight little quiet generator. It's actually really quiet. There's a sticker if you guys want to read that. And then really the only other thing I ever did was paint the exhaust here. That's all I ever really did. So that was really all we had to do to get this thing working. We probably paid around 30 bucks in total for parts for it, but that's a steal for a nice little generator. So, and it's someone painted over it too, which kind of sucks, you know. The decals covered here and all this stuff is peeled away, but this is off currently, so you want to turn that on. And then if you have one of these generators and it's been sitting for a while, you want to disconnect these wires, these 2 little wires right here. And that's because this is an oil sensor. So when the generator's getting run on low on oil, it kind of shuts itself off, I think. But anyway, we're not going to need choke, so I'll just give her a couple of pulls here and see if she starts, and then I'll go get the drill and I'll show you how this thing works. So she runs real smooth. So, yeah. Well guys, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here so I can go get the tripod and the drill, and I'll show you how this thing powers some stuff. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's the drill that we're going to be testing this generator with. It's a really old, wired Black & Decker Professional. And it's done alright since I've used it, but now that I have my Ryobi cordless drill, this one really doesn't get used much anymore. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and plug her in and fire her up and see how she works. she ran pretty good. She kind of bogged down every time I gave the drill some throttle, but other than that, it's a pretty dang good generator for what it is. It's my generator. My dad's got a really big, can't remember what brand it was, but he's got like a professional, slightly bigger than this one that weighs probably almost 100 pounds. Can't really move it as easy as this one. But then again, that one has more power than this one, so you got to trade off between size and power when you're selecting a generator. But for what I'm going to use this thing for, it's gonna do just fine. But yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. Yamahsaki out. See y'all later.